I owe my van life to photography, really. That's what got me into hiking, and hiking got me into car camping, and car camping got me into where I am today. But I recently put all of my camera gear into storage. It's a lot of gear, I just wasn't using it often enough to justify the space. I've missed having nothing but my phone to shoot with for a couple of weeks now, like almost a month. So I got myself a new toy, a mini drone. I've had drones before, but never one's this small. These have come so far. It shoots in 4K. The controller is by far the nicest I've ever had. This is by a company called Aruco. It's the U11. I'm going to put it to the test tonight, see if it's as cool as the box says. Based on my experience with these things, there's some catches out of the box. So I'm going to test the hell out of this thing over a nice leisurely campfire. I'm staying at Lake Dennison tonight, my favorite campground, and I'm actually at the iconic Market Basket here in Athol. Gotta get myself some food first. I've gotten into the habit of throwing some ice in my fridge just to help with the current spike when I put all that warm food in it. But my favorite reason for coming here is their frozen veggies. They have diced onions here. I can't find those at Aldi or pretty much anywhere else. One thing I don't like about this place, though, they don't have any frozen meats. Like no frozen chicken, just like chicken tenders and chicken nuggets, but no just basic chicken. So I have to buy fresh meat there. That's not so bad, just a few extra bucks. So I had to buy all fresh meat, which probably makes it more expensive. This is honestly becoming more expensive than the Aldi I usually go to. I did get a bunch of these pre-cooked hams, though. These are so cheap, and they save me some cooking. Got that chicken and also some little tenderloin cutlets here I'll make a stew out of. I noticed that this Market Basket also sells these things, the green propane cans. I take these out of my van during the summer. I'm afraid of them like exploding because it gets so hot in here. But last night it got down into the 40s. I have a little buddy heater that I like to have as a backup just in case my main heat fails. So I think it's time for me to stock up on these again. I can also use them in my grill if I decide not to cook on the campfire tonight. And last but not least, I got some more of the brown rice and this awfully spelled stuff quinoa, which people for some reason pronounce like it's French quinoa. I don't know how you pronounce it correctly or what it really is. It's just like bird seed that I happen to really like. I mix it with the brown rice. Alright, I'm getting a late start. I don't think I have a spot by the lake tonight, but I am at Lake Dennison, my favorite place. Lake Dennison Campground. I like it for a lot of things, its location. One thing that annoys me though, you have to get out of your car to check in. Alright, site 19. It's kind of confusing, the map. I have to drive through a bunch of figure eights every time I come here. Alright, I guess I have to like do a reversal on this one-way street. They gave me a very weird instruction. And I just have to do the tightest turn in the world to get up to 19. You know what? I think I've had this spot before. Yeah, this is site 19. I've had this spot before. It's a great spot. Very cozy. I have a fire right here. The sun sets like an hour before what it used to just a month ago. Like 7:20 or something like that. Which is only an hour from now. Still, I'm going to try to get as much done on the campfire as I can. I do have that propane if I need to use my grill. I use all the Market Basket bags as my kindling for my fire. And I kind of make not exactly a teepee out of it, like they say you're supposed to do. I kind of make more like a Lincoln log house type thing. Something like this. I find it works well enough. I do not use lighter fluid or anything for these fires. Man, I hate how they staple all this crap together. That is some dry firewood there. It just went up like it's covered in lighter fluid or something, except it's not. So I'm just starting out with my rice mix. I've settled into the quinoa. I refuse to call it by its French name. And brown rice. I tried with lentils. I've tried with couscous, other stuff. I just stick to this. I do throw in a banana and I put this Wrights liquid smoke into here. I think I'll just empty the bottle. Yeah, I went through the whole bottle of this stuff, you know. I kill my taste buds on this stuff, but it's good stuff. And as for the meats, I'm just gonna use 2 spices tonight. I'm going through my Korean barbecue sauce. I'll put that on the chicken. And this Smokehouse Maple stuff by Grill Mates. This sounds so good. I thought I'd throw this on all the red meat, the tenderloins or whatever it is I got. I don't even remember what I got. I tend to buy like more and more food every time I go grocery shopping. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna cook those steak tips first. I don't know what they are. They're not steak tips. There's something else. Angus stew tips. All right, whatever. Just to get the jargon right, you know. And I'm just throwing in. I'm not the kind of person who plans my meals. You know, I don't follow recipes. I like to organize food by color and shape. So this theme is small tiddly bit stuff, the tenderloins, and I'll also throw in some corn and some peas and a medley of stuff here. Oh yeah, the scallion onions. I will definitely throw them in. This is gonna be a big pile of birdseed right here. I am kind of rushing through this meal because I wanted to try to figure out how to operate that drone. My experience with the drones is I'll fly it and I'll put the memory card in my computer and it wants to format it and I lose everything I've ever shot on that video. I actually contacted the manufacturer of this new drone and said, I've had this problem with the drone and my laptop constantly formatting the memory card. I never get video out of this stuff, like high quality stuff. So supposedly this solves that problem. It formats for a MacBook. That's huge if true. Anyway, I need to get that stuff out, figure out how to work it all. And the light is fading fast, man. I hate this. I hate this time of year when the sun is setting earlier and earlier. It's just so depressing. I feel like this last winter lasted 7 or 8 months. And then we get like 2 months of like something that resembles summer and then it's gone. I just can't live like this. I'm so not looking forward to another winter up here in New England, you know? It just sucks. My first impression of this Ruko mini drone is it has a lot of design improvements that have bothered me over the years. With both the Mavic Air and my drone after that, whenever you opened up the arms like this, you had to open them in a certain order because one impeded on the other. With this design though, you can open them in any order. Like they don't bump into each other, which I think it's common sense, but it's just one of those little things that bothered the heck out of me. This thing also weighs next to nothing. Pretty amazing. The hand controller is the same, what seems to be the modern format where the phone goes on the top like that. You connect it with a little USB. And I just downloaded the app. I've been charging the batteries for the past half hour or so. I'm gonna charge them just enough to do a test flight while all that stuff is cooking. First test flight has been achieved. A huge success, I think. This drone is a lot easier to control than the last one. As for these steak tips, I think these are ready. I know I've covered this before, but I use Ziploc bags to store all my food. They're just the most practical sense for fitting inside my fridge. You know, filling up an amorphous dimensional volume of something. The problem with that is I can't put the food in right after it comes off the fire. It's just too hot. I don't want to melt the plastic. I do buy like the heavy duty stuff, but I let it cool in the pan for like 5 to 10 minutes first. If I were more efficient, I'd have a second pan so I can throw food on, get it back on the fire. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. I also keep forgetting to buy cooking oil. I'm cooking without cooking oil tonight, just throwing on water, which does okay, but it's not great. Yeah, this is just like kind of a haphazard mess of a cooking marathon right now. I don't know why. This is the last meat I have to cook. These are not those big chunky thighs. I've gotten away from cooking those. They just take way too long. And you have to cut them in half, do all this annoying stuff. Again, I'm just gonna throw on a bunch of random vegetables here. I'm just like playing beat the clock, trying to get all this stuff cooked as quickly as possible. Just because I'm rushing it doesn't mean it's gonna come out bad. I'm still doing a nice job putting some nice stuff together. This is the Brussels sprouts, some snap peas, I think they're called, and that chicken. And I'm gonna throw in some of this smoking house maple stuff. This just looks so good. I'm not sure how much to use, but I'll cook with it. It's got some salt in it. Yeah, after this, all I have to cook is a whole bunch of vegetables. I bought 4 of those pre-cooked hams. That saves me a ton of cooking here at the campfire. And the sun has officially set. It's gonna start getting twilight soon. I can't stand the fading light, man. I just wish it could be summer all the time. I'm sorry I'm complaining about that so much. I've just had a lot of anxiety lately about the oncoming winter. It just causes me so much stress and fear. And it feels like this summer just started. I don't know what it is. I haven't had a chance to sit down and really enjoy it. Even though my videos kind of make it look like I am, I feel like I haven't. Alright, I'm using up the absolute last of the brown rice and of the quinoa. This is like 5 pounds of the stuff. I'm just cooking it all. This will probably be like 2 weeks worth of food I'm getting out of this. I just don't like to have leftover packages laying around. You see how this stuff just looks like bird seed? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I like bird seed. It's gonna take forever for that chicken to cook. It's gonna be dark. I accept that. I thought I'd use the waiting time to explore this little new toy I bought at Walmart a couple of weeks ago. It's a bug zapper, 2-in-1 fan and lantern. I took it apart. There are like no instructions that come with it. I can't for the life of me figure out how to turn it on. It took me for a while to figure out where the batteries are. They're in this thing right here, and it's a very odd battery. I've never seen one like that. Hope it still has charge, but I do not know how to turn this thing on. It's crazy. Alright, so I finally found it. This is the flashlight button right here. It's actually kind of greenish tinted, it looks to me. The fan is also right there. It gimbals a little, I guess, so if you want to use a fan next to your bed. That's kind of cool. What I'm more interested in is the bug zapper. I think it's this big explosion icon right there. Yes, it is. It's purple. That's kind of cool. Very gothic. And this also has some, I don't know what this does. There's like unlabeled buttons all over this thing. There's a bunch of light features on this thing. Kind of cool. I like the flashing red. Wish there was a flashing blue. That would be pretty spooky. Actually, that would probably be really bad. But what I'm going to use is the bug zapper feature, this purple thing. I'm just going to leave it in here. It's actually bugs that get into my van and are in here at night when I have the cargo door open like it is now. They drive me freaking bonkers. According to the instructions, it zaps them at 600 volts, which is kind of crazy to me that it can get 600 volts out of that weird battery. Must have a massive transformer in there. The chicken is all done finally. Like all the veggies have congealed to the pan. I was cooking without oil, so you know that's what happened. Such a pain in the ass. The chicken does look very evenly cooked though, so I'm gonna let this cool for a little bit. All I have left to cook is 4 bags of crazy vegetables, and yeah, that's it. I just cooked that stuff very quickly, like 10-15 minutes over the flame. I have 1 log left. Yet again, I'm timing this perfectly. Perfectly efficient use of resources. The bug zapper so far is a disappointment. I have both the bug zapper and the light feature on right now. I noticed moths go into the light, but the moths are too big to touch the bug zapper, and I haven't seen any other bugs. So, if that works, it's great, but I need to see some proof, you know what I mean? Anyway, it might be too dark to record out here, so I'm gonna bag this and then just, I don't know, do what I can. This is my last steaming, literally hot pile of vegetables. It's like overflowing a pan. I'm just so eager to wrap this up. I'm just adding some of that sauce. And as for the bug zapper, so far no hits on the thing. It's probably too bright for the camera, but I'm just gonna throw this on the flame. Let me know what you think of this new camera angle. I kind of want to sit and give you an overview of my accomplishments for the evening. I have right here 5 hot bags of rice, veggies, some of chicken, some of steak tips. It doesn't really matter which. I'll have one tonight and freeze the other 4. I also got 8 bags of a veggie rice mix, which I will add the ham steaks with when I'm ready to eat. So that's 13 dinners for $70. If I get my Trader Joe's salad that I love, that I've made on the channel many times, that's $20 a pop. So 20 times 13 is what, 260? I'm saving $190 every 2 weeks doing this meal prep compared to my previous lifestyle. Yes, I only eat hot meals once every 2 weeks and the rest is leftovers. I don't eat it like literally cold. I let it warm up a little bit sometimes. Doesn't bother me that much. It's just saves a ton of money, and you know, this is all kind of fun. I also like the ritual that comes next, which is my deep clean of the kitchen. All my dishes. I have my dirty dishes stacked up right here. I also have that bug zapper that I experimented with tonight going. It died without killing any bugs, which is ironic. It's recharging. I only had it out there for like an hour. I got all that cooking done, everything put away in its perfect spot, everything spick and span, and yet I feel restless. I think tomorrow I'm going to take that drone out somewhere scenic, give it a fly. My body misses that, having a camera capturing some video, some moment, you know, aside from just all the vlogging stuff. I think putting away all my camera gear really bothered me. I do have my imaginary camera. I set that up for when I'm doing a time-lapse on my phone. But I want to fly that bird tomorrow. I think I'm going to go up into New Hampshire. Also seeing an old friend tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Hopefully that calms my nerves. I'm too lazy to go take a shower at the campground shower tonight. I think in the morning I just might take it here. Dump some water. Oh, yeah. Let's see what the scene is like outside. Beautiful day, a little chilly, in the 50s already. As you can see, this spot is nowhere near the lake. I'm in the woods, so I'm okay with that though. I'm gonna hop over here, take advantage of the shower and the dumpster before I leave. The showers here could use a little TLC. That's fine though, at least the water is consistently hot. I take back everything I said about that shower. It was freezing cold the entire time, like not even lukewarm. My core temp is way down right now. I need to get some hot coffee in me ASAP. Wow, yeah, I just did like this weird less than 90-degree reverse back out of this place. All right, let's get some dunks. Got the coffee, got my core temp up, bagels, just got gas. There's always people who admire the van. I've talked to like 2 people at this gas station alone. More importantly, I put the drone to the test, the memory card test. I took it out of the camera, put it in my laptop, and the MacBook did not ask to reformat the memory card. I was able to extract 4K video out of that card for the first time. I could not do that on my earlier drone, the last one I had. It's just constantly being reformatted by the drone and then all of that stuff. One of the things you have to think about when you're buying a drone. So I want to put it to the test for the first time, give it a nice flight. I can't think of a more special and beautiful place than King Philip's Rock, the Miller River, that whole area around Lake Dennison. I'm going to go back there right now, give that bird a proper flight. One thing I should also mention about this Roku mini drone, if you get a mini drone, it comes with a mini case. This is the case that comes with it. For the record, my camera bag was about this tall and was 2 of these wide. So I could probably fit, what, like 8 of these in the space my old camera bag took up. So yeah, mini drone, I'm thinking is the way to go. But I want to see how it controls in the air and, you know, look at the quality of the footage, because I found that not all 4K is the same. This should be a beautiful spot. I have to walk that old road. New Boston Road, I think it's called. I just realized, even though I stayed at Lake Dennison campground last night, I didn't actually see the lake at all until now. It's a beautiful day to be out walking around Labor Day. I also looked on the map looking for a spot to fly. I noticed the Millers River. There's a whole third branch of that I somehow missed when I was kayaking. I would love to bring the kayak here in the fall. Actually, it should be a little better. All the mosquitoes seem to be gone. This is where I launched my kayak from on the Miller River, a beautiful spot, but look at the parking lot for the boat launch. Someone parked their horse trailer. Like, there's maybe, 15 feet behind the car and the trailer. I don't think a bunch of these guys will be able to back out. I know I wouldn't. I'd be blocked in there. Thank God I'm not parking there today. I'm hoofing it. Where I'm launching from is further down. I'm going to try King Philip's Rock. With a drone, you kind of need a spot free of a canopy, of trees. So I need a bit of a clearing. That's up a little ways. This bridge is that third branch of the Millers River that I didn't kayak. Maybe it was a good idea I didn't. There's a beaver dam right there and another one right there. And then on this side, a massive beaver dam right there, or at least, I bet beavers took those trees down. That's King Philip's Rock right there. This is the Miller River. This small clearing right here is not ideal for launching a drone, but it'll have to do. There is a cool trick that I've learned you can do with these little mini drones. Because they're so small, I can use the box itself as a launch platform. That way I can launch in tall grass and stuff like this. The way I deal with new drones is I like to start off slow. Just get a few feet off the ground, learn the basic controls. And as I'm more and more comfortable, I want to try flying over the course of the river, this bend here. Just enjoy myself, probably until the battery dies. I haven't flown a drone in quite some time, and I think I'm really going to have a zen moment here. See that? It landed right on the box. I did not have to manually control it at all. That's amazing. Haven't even turned it off yet. This thing is incredible. I thought it'd be uncontrollable, like taken by the wind. There is not much wind, so I have that going for me, but this thing goes so fast. I flew it for probably 20 minutes, and according to the chart, it still has half the battery life left. This thing is amazing. I just had a beautiful flight over this gorgeous Miller River Valley here. I did not take the kayak that far. I couldn't, but it's just beautiful scenery here. I could see Mount Monadnock on the horizon. Yeah, I'm very happy with this drone. That was the zen moment that I needed for this weekend. Photography will always be my passion, even after putting all that stuff in storage. Just having a camera besides my phone, something that only captures video. Actually, I take that back. This actually captures audio too, according to the settings. I'm not going to use it that way though. Flying it though, you get the best perspective with these things. And this thing takes up like no space. You know what I mean? The camera gear I had, it was just too big. When you live in a van, every square foot has to be accounted for, has to get utility out of it. And if I'm only using it once or twice a year, I've discussed this before. I don't know why I like Lake Dennison so much. It doesn't have a great bathroom. I got a cold shower. Sometimes you don't get a good sight, but it has that beautiful trail and the rock there. I just took my drone there. I also took my e-bike there when I first got it, and my kayak as well. I just keep revisiting that rock. I think it's nice to have a spot where you get your hiking in, you get beautiful scenery, you get a place to sleep, you get a lake, you get an open sky, and this area just has kind of all of that. I think I needed to come here this weekend. I've been very tightly wound the past week. I got out of the rhythm of posting a video every other day, and the thing is, when you get out of a rhythm, it's very hard to get back in. Like when you're doing a vlog, like what I'm doing, I try to add continuity. I stumble over my words a lot, as you can see, doing these outros. So it's good practice for me to do the vlogging, you know, for public speech and stuff. But this is what I like, the photography, capturing stuff on video. This is my bread and butter. This is my zen. And I think I just needed a zen moment this weekend. All in all, a very productive weekend here at Lake Dennison. Thanks for following. September starts in a couple of hours. That's crazy. So from here on, fall adventures, I guess. Stick around. I'll be doing crazy hot jigs, I'm sure. Peace out.